Future plans for the WWE title and the World title have been revealed. Plus, we've got the backstage reaction to Odyssey Jones's roster removal and a major Raw star contract update. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. The WWE title... The world title. That's a lovely, sweet smile you
just
did
looking
there.
at you there, Tom, getting lost in your gaze.
Find someone that looks at you the way that Ross just looks at me. The WWE title, or like that. The world title on both kingdoms. There are plans afoot for both. Let's start with the world title on Raw.
Yes, last night on Raw, Sami Zayn confronted Gunther and basically said, well, I was Intercontinental Champion, and you have a history of that title, and now you've got a different title, so I would like that title. Let's do a wrestle at an undisclosed date in the not too distant future.
Gunther didn't seem too keen on the idea, kind of rebuffed it, balked at the suggestion, but Sami Zayn reminded him that it was actually him that beat him for the Intercontinental title earlier this year.
WrestleMania 40 XL.
The only person on the main roster that holds a dub over Gunther. So that's all you need for an appetizing story over the world title. Obviously, I don't feel like Sami's time for the world title is here, but I think it's a nice story to tell that Sami's the only guy that unlocked the secret of beating Gunther. So Gunther's going to be a little bit cautious about getting in there again.
And if there's one guy who's going to make us all go, yeah, go on, sir, you can beat that big boy from Austria, it's going to be Sami Zayn.
Looking beyond Sami Zayn, another challenger approaches in the form of Chancery Montgomery Punk.
My God, this could be a lock-in for Survivor Series, the old scuttlebutt is saying there, Tom.
Yeah, Viper of PWN saying that once CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are done, a feud set to wrap up around Bad Blood. Punk and Gunther look set to be the world title match for Survivor Series.
Spoilers? That gives away Bad Blood, does it not? Because you're not going to have the loser then go on to face the World Heavyweight Champion, are you? Are you?
You don't know what stories and webs we weave from this particular point. But it would certainly feel like Punk is gonna end the Drew McIntyre Punk story on top and go on to face Gunther for the world title. I mean, who's to say that really wraps up the Punk Drew thing? Because you could easily have Drew cost Punk the world title over Gunther.
You've certainly got license to do that because Punk has cost Drew 3 times this year and only been fined for one of them.
Yeah.
So Drew could have 2 freebies and then get fined for one of them as well eventually down the line.
Definitely needs to catch up on that one. Definitely does. Over on the blue brand, the WWE title picture mainly revolves around one faction and one man.
That was Solo Sikoa's theme, everybody. You cut a promo. I'm taking it all. He cut a pre-recorded promo on last week's SmackDown just saying, I don't care who wins in Berlin, I'm coming for them. And that's exactly what it looks like it's going to be yet again in the not too distant future.
Reported by the Wrestling Observer that whilst Bad Blood is the next pay-per-view / premium live event on the docket and in the pocket, it won't be where we're going to see Solo versus Cody. That match isn't planned to be part of Bad Blood. They could presumably do a litany of other matches involving those characters, maybe a bloodline tag match, that sort of thing. But it's something they're going to sit on for a little bit. Possible landing sites are quite limited because obviously you've got Survivor Series, which looks like where we're going to get the Bloodline Civil War.
Yep.
I wonder whether this is something they're holding off for the SmackDown premiere on the USA network.
That's not too far away, is it?
Not far at all. I think like they're doing with NXT on the CW, they're really going to supercharge that show. I reckon that first SmackDown on USA, they'll have Cody defend the title, and maybe we do Cody solo again.
Looking at the lay of the land, Tom, that writes itself there, that does.
It don't half right itself, does it? Maybe we see Roman Reigns get involved in that one and cost Solo the belt.
Oh, yes.
You naughty boy.
They did tease us a bit at SummerSlam, didn't they? I see you there, Roman, said Cody. And then Roman said, ha, I see you there too there, Cody.
Verbatim what they said. We reported in our first news video about Odyssey Jones disappearing from the roster. He's taken off WWE.com, was not mentioned at all on Raw, wasn't even backstage at Raw last night. It feels like, according to numerous sources, whilst not 100% confirmed, it's looking like Odyssey Jones is done. The backstage reaction was shared by Sean Ross Sapp.
Yeah, Big Al SRS was saying, I got a message yesterday saying I should ask if there was a change in his Odyssey Jones' status, but I haven't heard back from the company yet. Talent I've talked to have been surprised surprised by him being off the roster page, which is going to be natural because he was, as we were saying earlier, the forefront of a storyline that was being played out for at least the last month on TV.
The talent being surprised, as well as us being surprised, because it really felt like they were getting behind Odyssey Jones. That video of his debut on Raw, where he picks up both members of the AOP, that's done over 1 million, hasn't it? By now,
who else can do that?
Not many people.
Something bad must have happened, surely. You don't want to sit here and speculate, but it doesn't feel good, does it?
Certainly don't want to speculate, and we won't, but we're sorry that we'll keep an eye on at cultaholic.com. Meanwhile, some names from behind the scenes have gone from WWE. This is according to PW Insider today.
Yeah, long-time lead production designer Jason Robinson is departing the company. 23 plus years his tenure with the company, so I guess that goes down to set design and him be the forefront of all that. Now the show looks on TV, other aspects of that kind of production thing, so it is a big old move behind the scenes.
Would he have been one of those behind the backlash hooks?
Maybe. It does fit in within the time frame.
It does,
What
doesn't
is
it?
23 years ago now? We're in 2024. 2001.
Oh, don't say that. I had them play Shakira wherever on the radio, and somebody went, "Oh, classic." No, that only came out last week. Stop it.
That was around 2002, that.
Stop it. That only came out the other day. Stop it. It's new. Also, WWE have cut Michelle Kuchi as of Friday. 36 plus years within the company, making her probably the longest running employee currently within the company. Obviously, some have been there longer and gone. We all know who. But she finished up there last week. She held the Director of Production Travel, having previously held the role of Director of Freelance Crew, Travel and Special Projects. A lot of long-time former employees were stunned as the word made the rounds that Michelle Kuchi was gone. It's part of more Backstage restructuring.
Yeah, it feels like those two positions there must be linked in some form or fashion. So obviously with the merger with TKO, they're going to be doing production and how the production is hauled from city to city and country to country in a different way going forward. I
think we knew that when the TKO Group Holdings buyout went ahead, and when the companies all came together, that there was definitely going to be merging of departments, and we're now starting to see it. It's always an unfortunate business when it comes to these companies merging, that you do have duplications and they do streamline it all, and that's kind of what we're seeing in here, unfortunately. We'll end on some good news regarding business behind the scenes, and that is a top-level WWE star staying on with the company much longer.
Yeah, Peter Insider with this one there, saying that Asuka has signed a new deal with the WWE while she's currently out following knee surgery. Asuka recently locked in for a new long-form contract with the company. That's the first time I've seen it. Long-form, not long-term. What's the difference between a term and a form? Who knows?
I don't know. About 3 pints of lager. It does say that Asuka's going to be sticking around for looks like the foreseeable. She's been with the company since 2015, and she's had a phenomenal run throughout it, and she's sometimes been the focus and the center of attention. Sometimes she's very much been on the periphery, but whatever role she's played, she's always played it really well. Currently out with an injury, but we're expecting her back at some point, and no doubt for a long time she'll be a major part of the scene, which we like to see.
Well, yeah, because over those years, which is nearly 10 years going on now, Tom, since 2015, it makes everyone feel ill again. She showed no signs of slowing down, and with the style that she has in the ring, how hard hitting it is, that's lovely to see.
It is lovely to see, as is a music quiz that we'll see Ross and Andrew challenge themselves on the theme songs from AEW.
Happy All Out Week, everybody. Then going forward from tomorrow, pitches, predictions, the podcast on Friday, then all the regular pay-per-view content at the weekend there for AEW All Out.
It's another pay-per-view week because wrestling never stops and wrestling never sleeps. And for the latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.